Now I'm back for another video for my plan to become the heaviest marathon runner in the world. It's now day 43 of the plan. I didn't post for a couple days, looks like almost a week. In terms of strength, I didn't really notice much. My bench is still kind of stuck at 355 for 2, so I might need to try to figure out a way to blast past that plateau. It's only been a couple weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, where I didn't really see progress past that. The reps might be a little bit easier, but I can't really get that third rep, so that's not as good as I want it to be. And then the squatting I started doing is getting easier. I put 4 plates in each side of the Smith machine. I was squatting that pretty easily for like 5 reps or something, so I can actually move up in weight for that one too. So I don't know where my squat's gonna end up, but that makes it not even that much more than my bench. So, well, I mean, it does. It's more weight than my max and doing it for reps, but I do think that my squat has a lot of room for improvement, and then I have to use the actual bar for that. Deadlift I should probably start doing soon. Tried it once the other day for 365, but I didn't even put the weight on. I saw it in the gym and decided to try deadlifting it, so definitely need to get that up a lot more too. Mostly hurt my back. I didn't really feel it in my legs or glutes or anything, so definitely think there's a lot of room for improvement there. The running is, I definitely need to see improvement. It does look like the running's going a little bit better. Running 6 miles an hour for the slow pace a little bit better. My heart rate has been dropping a little bit. I want to say that my heart rate has been, it would be around 130 for a little while, and then it was sitting in the 140s, mid 140s maybe, for, I don't know, say 10-15 minutes, and then it eventually went up to low 150s during the run. That, you know, and this run's supposed to be an hour, so that's definitely a lot higher than it's supposed to be. Before I could maintain that pace and my heart rate would stay below 130. That's before I gained 40 pounds, but it is coming down, so hopefully it gets back down to 130 at some point soon. The faster pace where I alternate between 8.5 miles an hour and 6 miles an hour, didn't really see as much progress as I wanted, but it's like the bench. It feels a little bit easier to do, but especially being halfway through the month, I'm already I should be probably 5 or 6 cycles through of alternating between 8.5 and 6, right? You know, where I do 8.5 miles an hour for 3 minutes and 6 miles an hour for 3 minutes, and that'll be one cycle, and then do that plenty more times. But I'm still only between like 2 and 3 because I've just been doing the same thing. But I'm gonna see what progress I can make. But technically, I was already maintaining it for about 2 cycles of 3 minutes, so not much progress in 15 days there. However, the month before, I'd have to go back pretty far, but it looks like I was doing 1 minute and 40 seconds, so I wasn't even doing 3 minutes for the month before in the beginning, so it's not really a big deal. It's still a lot of progress compared to last month, but on my next time running, I should definitely put a lot of focus into trying to get it for at least 3 cycles through and just really try to force progress there. And then I've also been doing running for the full hour every day, and that's been feeling easy on my body. No pain in my knees or tendons or ankles or anything, so I seem to be maintaining that pretty easily. That makes me contemplate running for longer, more than an hour, maybe an hour 10 minutes, hour 20 minutes, maybe even an hour and a half, because I know I could do that in the past, but I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. The only reason why I took it easy this time, it only did like an hour. I think it was like 55 minutes, so technically less than I was supposed to, but it was close enough that I was content with it. And yesterday and the day before and all that. The only reason why I was keeping it a little bit low is because I'm just trying to get the volume back after gaining the 40 pounds. So even though I can run without any issues, right, my shins don't hurt anymore, I still don't want to rush it too much. If you progress more than, say, 10% per month or just in any way, you increase the chance of injury. So I mean, but this 10% can be distance or time. Those can both be a pretty big factor. So, right, it can be, you jump for 1 hour to 1 hour and a half, that can cause injuries, but also jumping more than 10% in distance. So if you do the same time, but you do 10% more distance because you're running faster, again, you might injure your tendons there. But also the weight gain was another one. So even though I could do 1 hour and a half to 2 hours of running before I gain the weight, after I gain the 40 pounds, I can just now run again, but I need to make sure I don't injure myself by just running 2 hours as soon as I gain the weight. So, and also I will add that my weight is now comfortably around 225 to 230. So I did also gain probably in the ballpark of 5 to 10 pounds in the past month or so. Maybe, I was hitting 116 quite a bit before. Now I don't usually see weight less than 223. So it could be 7 pounds more weight compared to like a month or month and a half ago. So maybe I'll put my weight on the calendar too. So I am a little bit heavier as well. Overall, I am feeling a little bit more comfortable with running, so at least the slower paces feel like a much easier pace compared to before. So, and I can get right into it after lifting. And I do a little bit of high rocks training between my lifting and running. So, and I did do the skierg machine today, and I want to say for the 1,000 meters, I probably did it in like, it was a little over 4 minutes, maybe 4:10 or 4:20 or something. And like I said before, I can maintain a 3.5 minute pace for say 400 meters or 300 meters or something like that, and then I just slow down to about 2 minute and 10 to 2 minute 20-second pace for the rest of the duration. So that's why it ends up being in the ballpark of 4:10 to 4:20, which needs to come down. But so it seems like my strength and power is there, but my endurance and like skill or technique needs a little bit of work, and maybe I can bring it down to hopefully less than 3.5 minutes at least. The row machine I also did today, but I just kind of go slow. I need to figure out why that's so slow. It feels easy because it's not a lot of resistance. I can push it very easily with my legs, but I need to figure out how to bring the pace up. And I will also say I've been eating a lot of food lately. Definitely more than 5,500 calories a day, possibly 6,000 a day average. Some days, like when I first shot up to 227 pounds, I eat a lot because I was eating my normal foods, and then I went somewhere with friends where I just started eating like tons of hot dogs and ice cream. So, and then my weight just stayed propped up around 227 for every day after that. But even before that, I was eating about 5,500 calories a day. And after that, I've been eating comfortably 5,500, 6,000 calories a day. So overall, everything's moving in a good direction. Almost 230 pounds. Being able to run an hour a day at over almost 230 pounds now is definitely a success in my book. And I think pretty soon I'll be able to run a marathon. I might run the Boston High Rocks later this year, just to add another competition. I do my yearly 5K already, that's there. When I'm comfortable with half marathons, I'll start doing the same half marathon every year. When I'm comfortable with a marathon, I'll start adding the same marathon every year. High rocks is another thing I'll do. Maybe I'll add a powerlifting meet, maybe a strongman meet, something like that. And I'll just do each one of those at least once a year. So, and then whatever I'm doing best at, I'll just do more of those. So I do think that I'm doing pretty good, especially in terms of durability and my legs being healthy for how much I'm running and how much I weigh. So overall, I'm pretty thrilled about it. I was hoping that I'd be a little bit better at running after 43 days. But remember, in the very beginning, 43 days ago, I could barely run. That's the point where I said that the pain in my legs was starting to go away. So I was still getting some shin pains sometimes, but I was able to maintain a jog. So I am seeing a lot of progress from that time. And it's only going to get a lot better. Once I get back into running just an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, the progress will hopefully be a lot faster. So it's crazy to see just how bad shape I was in 43 days ago compared to now, even though it's not great shape now, but comparatively it is a lot better. It's not as good as it was in the beginning of the year, but I'm hoping to get back to that. And that's all I need to say for this video.